Hello, everyone, and welcome to Supercard here on ESPN. A lot of great action, but right now, let's take you to a recently taped interview between Scott Hudson, myself, and the handsome stranger right here in the GWF. What is up between you and Scott Anthony, the Palm Beach heartthrob? Every time you're out to wrestle, he comes out, does commentary, and he just seems to berate you. What's up?
Craig, I don't want to bring personal problems into this, but the story is he was engaged to be married a couple of years ago to this lady, and she broke up with him. 2 months later, I start dating her, and now he's trying to blame me for their breaking up. Now, you know the gentleman I am. There's no way that I would come in between a relationship like that.
Hey, wait a minute here. First of all, there is not a broad anywhere that you could steal from me. There ain't a girl anywhere. Any girl would choose me over you. Look how much better I look. Although this was a special girl, though, and she did mean a lot to me. You know, man, I loved her. How could you steal her from me, man?
How could I steal her from you? You live with a different girl from a club every night. You treat her like dirt,
Hey,
Scott.
she deserved it.
Look, you just admitted it.
I admit nothing, man. Who are you, this man? I was in love with this girl. We were going to be married, and you stole her from me.
I didn't steal nobody from you. Y'all were broken up. I had no idea who you were even, Scotty. That's not between me and you. There's no way. It's not my fault. No way.
Folks, we're going to have to find out more about this. Let's find out what Joe and Bonnie have for us on this edition of Major League Wrestling.
On this exciting edition of Major League Wrestling, I'll be here in the Global Dome chatting with some of our fans about today's upcoming midget excitement.
Hello, everyone, and right here in the newsroom, I'll have global press coverage for the Patriot. We'll also talk about Scott Steiner returning to the WCW on today's program.
Thanks, Joe and Bonnie. You got kind of pushed out of the way there.
Well, those two are very big guys. I don't mind getting pushed out of their way, Craig, but the situation between Scott Anthony and the handsome stranger is coming to a full boil very quick.
Well, another situation coming to a full boil, that for the light heavyweight championship. As Chaz went against the Lightning Kid, let's go back in time to a non-title match between Chaz and the Lightning Kid. And now using that bottom rope, the Lightning Kid. Now, belly to back, holds them up. Gets a count of 2. The Kid, Irish whip, misses with a clothesline. Chaz gets the crucifix backslide. 1, 2. Almost 3. Rolls him up, small package. 1, 2. Once again, almost a count of 3. Now the sunset flip. Count of 2 is all he can get. So close as the Lightning Kid sends Chaz back out to the outside. The Lightning Kid sitting there waiting for Chaz to get back in. Delivers a savate kick right to the arm. Enough momentum to send Chaz back down to the ringside area. The Kid delivers the clothesline. Chaz sent back off the ring apron. And the Lightning Kid seems to think he has this well in control. Chaz a little woozy as he gets up. Delivers the shoulder, an uppercut. The Kid has the clothesline off top. 1, 2, 3. Chaz has beaten the Global Wrestling Federation light heavyweight champion, the Lightning Kid. So Chaz gets a win over the Lightning Kid, pretty much forcing the Lightning Kid for a title match.
Those are awesome matches between Chaz and the Lightning Kid, Craig. A non-title victory, right to the top.
Let's go take a look at a title match between Chaz and the Lightning Kid. The over-the-top suplex, and now the Lightning Kid going to the higher elevations where he is at his most dangerous.
Move, Chaz. This
The
is what I
Kid
want.
up to the top rope, comes down. Chaz out of the way. The Kid may have pulled a hamstring there.
This is where it is. It's gut check time. One of the two's going to have to play the game.
This is fourth quarter. We're getting late into this. Craig, I know we have to be. They can't keep going at this pace. This is where Chaz has been training. Now he's got to dig down.
The Lightning Kid sends Chaz into the rope. The crucifix backslide gets him over. 1, 2. Oh, no! Count of 3 again. That is at least the 6th near fall we've had. Small package by Chaz. Gets a count of 1, count of 2.
How many times can the Lightning Kid kick? Oh, right in the face.
Kick out or kick him in the face there.
Oh, man. How many times can he kick out? But that shot to the face absolutely was devastating. Those feet are weapons, I'm telling you.
The Lightning Kid just shoving Chaz back down. Says that's it. Oh, yeah. Small package. 1, 2. Again, Chaz catching the Lightning Kid, who almost has to double check and see if it's a 2 count.
Kick out.
Now, an opportunity of the Lightning Kid.
Oh, he's making a mistake, Craig. He needs to stay right on Chaz. He seems like he's in disarray. He's shocked.
The Lightning Kid, the clobbers,
That's it.
Rolls him
That's
over.
It.
1, 2, 3.
That's it, Craig.
Chaz is the new global light heavyweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Global Wrestling Federation light heavyweight champion, Chaz!
2 nights later, in Marietta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, the Lightning Kid regained his belt in controversial fashion. We'll talk a lot more about this situation because next week we will see Chaz against the Lightning Kid for the title. But up next, we've got the Handsome Stranger in action against Ed Robinson here on Major League Wrestling. Stay tuned.
Get the edge with 6 rich lubricants for less irritation. You got the
time. General Nutrition Centers can help maximize your performance. Take the first step to run faster, build a better body. Take another step and another. With Phase 1, the complete bodybuilding system designed specifically for the beginner and intermediate athlete. If you're serious about bodybuilding, start with Cybergenics Phase 1. General Nutrition has the nutritional fuel to help you to the top. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Craig Johnson back in the Global Dome with Mr. Skandor Akbar's California connection, and I see that Rod Price hobbling on a crutch.
You know, Gary Young, you stooped a little lower than a man has to go. You put my man up under the scalpel. Now, you know what that means, Gary Young, that I have to wrestle by myself. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but I'll tell you this, pal. I'll be able to take care of you by myself. I don't care where it is, what town it is. If it's in the parking lot tonight, buddy, you better watch your back.
Well,
Greg,
Mr. Akbar.
big news.
Big news.
A new star on the horizon. His family has contacted me to guide this young man's career, and what a career he will have. You might say, Craig, in layman's language, his family made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Mr. Skandor Akbar with a new star, but Gary Young better watch out for these two. Well, there he is, roses in hand for the ladies at ringside, the Handsome Stranger. What a strange situation we had at the top of the show between the Handsome Stranger and Scott Anthony.
I've never seen Scott Anthony that emotionally involved, emotionally upset at a situation. This involvement of the Handsome Stranger with this unnamed third person is going to bring these two men into a match that is just going to be brutal.
The Handsome Stranger greeting the ladies and all the fans around ringside here at the Global Dome. Here we go. Of course, always with roses in hand for the ladies. Fans still filing in for this event. As Ed Robinson, the opponent for the Handsome Stranger. Stranger out of Monte Carlo, Ed Robinson out of Dallas, Texas. And John Keaton is your referee for this event. Psychotic Ed Robinson, that's what he likes to call himself, because you're never quite sure exactly which Ed Robinson's going to come to the ring, but we always know that the Handsome Stranger, such a gentleman, such a polite man, but when he's provoked, his dander can get up, and we have been joined at our broadcasting position by Scott Anthony.
Man, can you believe he said that, man? Can you believe he told everybody on national TV all about that? They stole her from me, man.
Stole who?
He stole a girl I was dating. He stole Julie from me. Man, I was seeing Julie. We were going to get married. And he just comes along and stole her from me, man. He stole her, man. A snake in the grass. And then he had to tell everyone on national TV. It was 2 years ago, man. I'd forgotten all about it. I mean, I didn't think about it too much since then. And he had to bring it up again.
Well, the handsome stranger having success with Ed Robinson. Bonnie Blackstone is standing by down at...
Don't go to Bonnie. Don't go to anywhere, man. Man, I'm upset about this thing, man.
But Bonnie's standing...
Who cares about Bonnie Blackstone? Look, man, the guy stole my girl, man. I was going to marry the girl. I know it's been 2 years, but still, man, you get it out of your mind. You get something like that out of your mind, and then, man, boom, out of nowhere. He brings it up all over again, man. I can't believe I love Julie, and he did that to me.
Well, Ed Robinson getting the upper hand, delivering the shoulder block.
Oh, he beats him up bad, man. That's all, man, I gotta get it, man. I can't believe that, man. I can't believe he did that to me.
She must have been some girl to have Scott Anthony that upset. As he has left our broadcast position here, Craig. He is one upset individual.
Bonnie was standing by with a comment, but I guess she understood that Scott Anthony was quite upset and has left the stands to go take care of some other things. The handsome stranger now with the backdrop and the drop kick, sending Ed Robinson down. And I really don't understand what's up with Scott Anthony saying that the handsome stranger stole this woman from him.
Well, certainly neither you nor I, Craig, are privy to any information in this more than what we heard at the top of the show.
Well, the handsome stranger gets the win on this event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the handsome stranger.
And when we return, we will see Tag Team Championship matchup, Walker and Simpson against the Davis brothers when we return. But what's up with Scott Anthony?
Did you ever get the feeling your car dealer spends more time promoting himself than your satisfaction? If so, you need to visit Crown Motors of Charlevoix Limited. Crown Motors believes that by assembling the best staff in the business and treating them right, they in turn will treat you right and make Crown Motors the best. It's a team effort with a common goal. Ask any driver with a distinctive Crown Motors plate on their car if the theory works. Crown Motors of Charlevoix Limited, featuring General Motors and Chief Eagle vehicles on US 31 in Charlevoix, where people are first and friends are...
Hollywood's greatest movies of the 60s, 70s, and 80s are now showing on Encore. Encore, America's newest movie network, brings back great movies just as you remember them. Uncut, full-length, and commercial-free, 24 hours a day. This month, you'll see all these great movies, plus many more.
In the world that you would make, there would be no love at all.
Or the best kind, the kind we wouldn't have to prove. We must find that woman.
Call your local cable company or check your TV listings for more information about Encore.
Mike McCallum, the WBA middleweight champion, takes on Nicky Walker. Also, Scotty the Bulldog Olsen puts his undefeated record on the line on Top Rank Boxing. Thursday night at 9 Eastern, live on ESPN.
At a combined weight of 485 pounds, Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
When you talk about some of the teams that Conan, Chris Walker, and Steve Simpson have gone against, teams like Tatum and Price, who we heard from just before the handsome stranger situation. Indeed, an intriguing situation with Rod Price. Apparently, they're saying Gary Young had something to do with it.
The injury to Rod Price is certainly serious, and I don't, I'll be honest with you, I don't envy Gary Young in his position. He's going to feel the brunt of Skandor Akbar.
Well, the men who obviously want the belts so much that they'll take them, the Dirty Davis brothers, taking the belts away as though they belong to them. Not quite the situation, as the two men you see there are the holders of the GWF tag team titles.
It will not be that easy for the Davis brothers to get the tag team title belts from the waist of Chris Walker and Steve Simpson. They're going to have to defeat two of the most muscular, high-flying men in the GWF.
But the Davis brothers hungry for possibly what you'd have to consider an upset. And apparently they've come dressed for battle in some of the weirdest ring attire I've seen in a while.
Well, Craig, wrestling in a pair of wrestling tights, as you see Steve Simpson wearing there, you can move around. Your mobility isn't restricted at all by the tights. But wearing blue jeans, and especially tight, ripped-up blue jeans like the Davis brothers are wearing, that's got to restrict your mobility, and your legs can't go the way you want them to go as far as they could if you were wearing the tights. So I'm going to be interested to see if this is a one-time thing for the Dirty Davis brothers or if this is a brand-new attitude and how they adapt to the change that they're going to have to make with these new wrestling tights. Can you call them that?
Well, Tom Davis into the ring to go against Steve Simpson. Tom Davis, the younger of the Dirty Davis brothers, who has been concentrating somewhat on singles wrestling, both in North America and over in Japan. Older brother Mike, more the tag team specialist of the two, after being involved in many tag teams, including the old Rock and Roll RPMs.
Mike Davis and Tommy Lane, the old Rock and Roll RPMs, just as you said, Craig, one of the great tag teams of the past few years. But now the Davis brothers have reunited, and very quickly, I might add, rose right up the old charts there to get this title shot at Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
Extended armbar. Now the tag in to Conan Chris Walker, who gets a big ovation as he comes into the ring for the first time in this event.
When you are the champions, you're on the pinnacle. Everyone's shooting for you. And Chris Walker and Steve Simpson thus far have met every challenge. But correct me if I'm wrong here, I think this is the first title match for the Dirty Davis brothers.
And I believe you are correct. Still to come on this edition, we will see John Tatum in action. We'll see a midgets match between the $1 Million Baby and Mario Santana. We'll go back and take a look at a wild brawl involving gorgeous Gary Young and Jeff Gaylord against the Maulers. And then we will see Gary Young take on Scott Anthony. All that's still to come today in the GWF. Snapmare and missing with a leg drop. Tom Davis, the tag into Steve Simpson. Simpson delivering blows to both members of the Dirty Davis brothers. And hello once again, all four men in the ring and over the top rope. Mike Davis sends Steve Simpson up and over. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation as Mike Davis with the forearm to the back of the neck. One more time. And now Tom Davis says, I want him, pointing to his forehead. Right. Whoops. Wrong man got the forehead there. As down goes the Dirty Davis brother. Drop kick off the top rope. Walker with a cover, grapevines the leg and gets the count of 3.
Match and still GWF Tag Team Champions Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
Time to get up and caught up to date with the newsroom. Here's Joe Pedicino.
It's time for the TV tournament to name a new television champion. Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Pedicino here in the newsroom backstage at the Global Dome with the newsroom segment brought to you, as always, by the Global Hotline, where you can have lots of fun, play lots of games, win lots of prizes, and keep up with the latest news from the world of professional wrestling every day right there on the Global Hotline. Well, a decision has been made by the Global Wrestling Federation. The Patriot cannot keep both belts. He must give up one of the two belts, either the North American title or the TV title. And that decision will be coming up. We have been told that he will be giving up the TV title, and a new tournament will be held to name a new television champion. Now, speaking of the Patriot, he is getting coverage by news organizations worldwide because of his wins in these two tournaments. Here is the latest edition of Weekly Fight magazine coming out of Japan. Take a look at their view of the Patriot. The center spread of Weekly Fight this week in Japan showing that the Patriot truly is a global champion. Let's talk right now about Scott Anthony and the Handsome Stranger. What in the world is going on with these two men? There is something in their past where these two men have crossed before because there's so much animosity. I have got to wonder why Scott Anthony hates the Handsome Stranger so much. A rumor this week out of WCW says that Scott Steiner will be returning to action in time for Halloween Havoc. My sources say it's a long shot, but Scott is one heck of a man, and I'm sure if the doctor okays him, he'll be back for Halloween Havoc. And speaking of people coming into the area, how about the midgets coming to the Global Wrestling Federation? That's right, we will be seeing midget wrestlers here in Global. As we told you, we'll bring you the best wrestling action of all kinds right here in the Global Wrestling Federation. And we'll bring you the latest news from around the world of wrestling next time from the newsroom.
Red 28!
You've never heard anything like it.
You hear it?
It's the video that speaks for itself.
This ain't a tennis match!
In a language that's all its own. Now you can find out what everyone is talking about in this fascinating video, The Hidden NFL. It's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. The best way to capture all the drama and emotion of sports every week.
This is the NFL, which stands for not for long. When you
Hidden mics and hidden cameras let you in on the NFL secrets in this fascinating video that you'll watch again and again.
Who's in charge of replay?
With your free video, keep your eyes and ears open, and you may find out something you didn't know.
Duda, we're running a Duda. Can we get a replay on it? Duda, we're running a Duda.
In the Hidden NFL, you have to know the language.
Green 80! 45 blast!
And be able to understand the signals.
Under swine 9.
Call this toll-free number now.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry. You better hurry.
And be right out there with it.
Get off the field!
You'll be in the huddle.
1, 2, right down.
Across the line. And at the bottom of the piles. You'll know what it feels like.
Yeah!
What it sounds like.
If he doesn't go feet first, we're going to hit him.
To be inside the revealing world of the Hidden NFL. Get your free video and a full year of Sports Illustrated 54 issues, including the famous swimsuit issue, for only $1.29 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. And of course, you may use your credit card. The free video and a year of SI make great gifts for the sports fans on your Christmas list. If football is one of their favorites, this is the gift for them. Call now to subscribe or renew, or give SI as a gift. The Hidden NFL is free. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Call now for your free video and to enjoy all the excitement of sports every week with Sports Illustrated.
Suddenly, the sky is a little clearer. The water is a little bluer. The road's a little bumpier. The jumps are harder. The level's deeper. The character's smarter. The sound is hotter. The graphics cooler. The secret's darker. The danger's fiercer. The challenge a whole lot tougher. And suddenly the world's a more exciting place to be. Super Mario World. It comes only as part of the system it was created for. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The next generation from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power. Super power.
From Southern California, Hollywood, John Tatum.
As John Tatum and the hobbling California stud make their way to ringside, accompanied by Mr. Skandor Akbar. We heard a little bit earlier about the fact that Skandor Akbar was very upset at a man named Gary Young for allegedly, as he put it, messing up the knee of the California stud, Rugged Rod Price.
That's a big man to have a messed up knee. There's a look at Rick Guerin, and there is John Tatum having his, making his way to the stage.
Hey, I guess you think that's funny, huh? I'll tell you what, you're going to think it's real funny when they carry Gary Young out of here. Gary Young, you're going to pay for what you did to my partner.
Well, a threat to Gary Young.
That's right, Gary Young will pay. And pay. P-A-Y.
Well, there you see the grimacing California stud. A severe knee injury that they're blaming on Gary Young. Now, to my knowledge, I really don't know if Gary Young had anything to do with it. To my knowledge, he didn't.
I don't think it really matters what the truth is here, Craig. They blame Gary Young, and Gary Young is a marked man. Skandor Akbar, Rod Price, the California stud, and John Tatum have their sights set on one Gary Young.
Well, coming up to join us is Mr. Skandor Akbar, the head of the California Connection, and Mr. Akbar, you seem like a very upset man, and so does John Tatum.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we know that Gary Young will pay the consequences. We know that. All right. You heard, and I don't like to be repetitive. I'm a man of my words. I say one thing one time. So I want everybody to observe and everybody to get it and get it right. I told you there's a new star on the horizon. Do you remember me telling you that?
Yes, sir.
Well, now you'll get a chance to meet him.
Well, Mr. Akbar has left.
Well, a new star on the horizon, and when Skandor Akbar mentions a new star, he's brought many into wrestling. Who could this be?
Well, whoever it is, he's making his way down to ringside. And, yes, I see him. I don't know if the cameras can catch him. That's Sweet Daddy Falcone. I guess that's what he was talking about, family from New York. An offer that he couldn't refuse.
No one has been able to refuse Skandor Akbar thus far, and obviously Sweet Daddy Falcone resembles that remark. And I think Sweet Daddy is now part of the California connection. There's going to be an East-West connection now with a family in New York getting involved.
I had heard back in the dressing room them talking about something about the coast-to-coast connection, so maybe that's what they were talking about. Akbar saying that he wants John Tatum to show off some of his martial arts. He bows down to Sweet Daddy Falcone and Rugged Rod Price, and then to the fans at ringside, although I don't think they're fans of Mr. Hollywood John Tatum.
I don't think he was showing them any respect by that bow either.
Misses with a clothesline and gets him with a California kick. Down goes Quick Rick Guerin.
Oh, boy.
Tatum, who always claims to be a master of the martial arts. And now, Akbar giving instructions to one half of the California connection. Sweet Daddy Falcone standing right by him. And the kick, nowhere to go down. And Quick Rick gets shoved out of the ring. Maybe Akbar wanted Falcone to see the way his men do things.
There's a look at Sweet Daddy Falcone. The money from the family in New York. I believe you said an offer he could not refuse.
That is exactly what Skandor Akbar told us a little earlier. And now Tatum, another kick. 3 times he's used the California kick on his opponent, Quick Rick Guerin. And as quick as Rick Guerin usually is, that'll slow you down real fast.
I certainly hope Gary Young is watching this action, because this is what he's going to have to face when Skandor Akbar's East-West coast-to-coast connection gets hold of him.
Covers him for the 1, 2, 3. John Tatum with a win.
Fans, the winner of the match, John Tatum.
Bonnie Blackstone standing by with our viewers' comments. But your winner on this occasion, Hollywood, John Tatum.
Getting some of the comments from our fans, Bonnie Blackstone here in the Dome. And this is Rick and Ricky. And you guys like the red, white, and blue waving Patriot. Ricky, what do you think about the Patriot?
I like him and he's cool.
Thinks he's cool. Okay, Dad, what do you think about the Patriot?
I think he's a really good person. He really supports the country and the flag, and that's what's important.
What do you think about somebody like Eddie Gilbert, though, coming in here and stirring up all kinds of mess?
Like I said, I don't care for anybody that causes trouble and putting down our country and everything. I feel that the Patriot's doing the right thing, supporting us.
Right, the Patriot's doing the right thing. And so is Ricky and Rick coming out here and making their comments known to our fans in the Global Dome.
At GMC Truck, our only business is trucks, and has been for over 80 years. A dedication to truck strengths and values to keep in mind. Because when you need to haul something, tow something, carry precious cargo, find new trails, or simply ride high and proud, there's nothing quite as strong as a truck. GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
When what you eat and drink upsets your stomach, you want a medicine that works directly on your stomach itself. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, Pepto delivers powerful medicine directly to your stomach, right where you hurt. It's powerful relief. Pepto-Bismol. It's real medicine for your stomach.
It's a jungle out there when two offensive powers meet in an important SEC showdown. Tennessee tries to rip through the Florida Gators after Michigan meets rival Michigan State. Saturday, live on ESPN. The perfect game. The perfect shot. The perfect body. The perfect place. ESPN, Wednesday night.
A special treat here on Major League Wrestling as we get to see the $1 Million Baby, who you see there, against Mario Santana, a midgets match here in the GWF.
Well, you know, Craig, you don't see the midgets on television much anymore. They are midget wrestling on television, I guess, would be a throwback to the past glory days of televised wrestling. Here we have the $1 Million Baby against Mario Santana.
And look there. Whoops.
Oh.
Well, Santana apparently a soccer player. Kicking a few goals there as the $1 Million Baby wants timeout.
Wanting timeout there.
Bonnie Blackstone is down in the stands we want to know a little bit about the midgets and what the fans think about them. Bonnie?
Guys, I'm here with Stella, and we're looking at the midgets in the ring. What do you think about the midgets?
They sure are small, but they pack a big punch.
You know what they say, guys? Dynamite comes in small packages.
Well, if this dynamite ever explodes, you might find that these guys would be going all over the place. They're so quick, Scott.
I'll tell you, when I was a kid, Craig, when I was a little one, I used to dream of being a wrestler, and at that time I weighed about what these guys weighed, about 120, 130. Wanted to get in there and be a midget wrestler. Oh, boy.
Watch out.
But that's one reason I didn't become a midget wrestler, on top of several others.
Well, the collar and elbow and a half Nelson by Mario Santana.
I think it's a full
Nelson. Well,
they're just half size.
There you go. This is the first opportunity I've had to see the midgets in action.
It's been years since I saw them. They're always entertaining. And like the fans said with Bonnie, they do pack a mighty big punch in those little small packages. Well, I don't know what's packed into that.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
The full Nelson by Mario Santana. I got it right this time.
Very good.
Locking it in. And I think the $1 Million Baby thinks he might have gotten the best of it until he met the turnbuckle. Trying to get him out from the corner, but the $1 Million Baby doesn't want to go anywhere. And now John Keaton, whoa, watch out.
Oh, now how do we put that one down in the record book? I'm not at all sure. Now, is John Keaton a midget champion? He's not a little guy.
$1 Million Baby with a chop. Reversal. Hops up to the, well.
Oh.
Sometimes you see them run their shoulder in, but that's the first time I've ever seen somebody run their forehead into the top turnbuckle. Whoa. And now.
Oh, the old Kiwi roll.
Al Costello, where are you when we need you? But look who comes up with it.
Hey.
Let's get the official word.
Gentlemen, the winner of the match, Mario Santana.
Now that was fun. The midgets in action. Mario Santana with a win. And when we return, we'll see a situation not so fun. Young and Gaylord against the Maulers when we return.
This ESPN program is brought to you by Smooth Bush Beer and Easy Drinking Bush Light.
How to live like a mountain man. A true mountain man lives a solitary life, living for nothing more than an honest day's work and and the rugged companionship of his fellow mountain men. It's a full-time job, but it does have its rewards, like smooth bush beer and easy drinking Busch Light. So, head for the mountains. Because once a mountain man has his mountains, what more could he possibly want?
From Touchstone Pictures, first there was Jason, then there was Freddy. Now, terror has a new name. Ernest, Scared Stupid, an all-new movie rated PG. Starts Friday, October 11th at a theater near you.
One step at a time, General Nutrition Centers can help maximize your performance. Take the first step to run faster, build a better body. Take another step, and another. With Cybergenics, the total bodybuilding system for serious workouts. It's all here in one kit. Supplements, diet and training manual, even a videotape. General Nutrition has the nutritional fuel to help you to the top. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Things really got wild here in the Global Dome just a few days ago as the team of gorgeous Gary Young and Jeff Gaylord took on the Maulers.
Well, the Maulers are out of control, Craig. No question about that, but they're going up against their equal, Gary Young and Jeff Gaylord.
This is a prelude to something we'll see next week on Major League Wrestling, but let's take a look at this right now. Spinning the arm, and now the tag in to the man known as gorgeous Gary Young.
Known as the traitor, my old Benedict Arnold Young. Turn his back on Skandor Akbar, a genius.
The tag to Jeff Gaylord, who likes those higher elevations. Comes down and, oh my.
Hey, how come Gaylord wears them black boots? What's he got, like orthopedic feet or something? He's got to wear them special boots because he has orthopedic feet, huh? That's what it looks like. What do you think of that?
Seems to me that you have black boots on.
Yeah, but I wear them because I'm a style-conscious kind of guy. Obviously, Gaylord ain't style-conscious, you can tell. But look at Victory's just beating Gary Young down. Beating him like a dog.
Series of clubbing forearms. There's the tag into
our first look at Rip Morgan.
The man who is considered the wild man of the two, if you can get wilder than the other.
This is our first look at Rip Morgan. Look at that. Rip Morgan, he's just like a man repossessed.
Rip Morgan, former flag bearer of the Sheep Herders.
Jack Victory, a former flag bearer of the Sheep Herders.
That is where they first met each other. And good move there by Rip Morgan, holding on to the top rope.
But a good move by Gary Young. And Gary Young's got an arm bar.
Now trying to go to work on the biceps and triceps.
Actually, what that does, actually works more on the shoulder, Johnson. That's why you need me up here to point out the little idiosyncrasies.
No matter what it's doing, it was affecting Rip Morgan. Morgan trying to break the hold.
Oh, and a forearm of his own from Gary Young. Gary Young does throw one of the best forearms in professional wrestling. I'll give him that much. It's an excellent match.
Morgan trying to brawl his way out of it. Tag to Jeff Gaylord, and I don't know if Rip Morgan realizes that the tag was made. Picks him up. There's the slam. But the legal man in the ring, Jeff Gaylord, down set hike. And here comes Akbar's California Connection.
Man, all kinds of going on here in the Global Dome.
Gaylord with the bear hug, using the power that set many records, and now with a boot.
What a boot. Jacko Victor with the referee did not see it. He was preoccupied with Tatum and Rod Price coming to the ring.
And now, Young, worried about his partner. Victory back up, and now taunting Gary Young. Hollywood John Tatum.
Oh, and a clubbing bunch of fists from behind by Rip Morgan. Here comes Gary Young. Get him out of the ring, Ref. Get him out. Good for you, Ref. Good to see we have competent officials.
Here come the Renegade Warriors to even things up.
What kind of business they got at ringside? They got nothing to do with this match. They have no business being at ringside.
They're cheering on the team of Jeff Gaylord and Gary Young.
They have no business being at ringside, Johnson. They were not invited. They're not managers. Well, look at Jacko Victory squeezing the life out of Jeff Gaylord.
Okay, I'll ask you the question. Who invited Tatum and Price?
They have an open invitation because they are personal friends of Mr. Skandor Akbar, who has every right to be anywhere he wants to be.
Jacko Victory punishing Jeff Gaylord.
I think it's beyond punishing. I think it's about all she wrote. Look at Gaylord. He's like a limp fish.
Gaylord trying to
Oh, nice
punch out of it, but the drop leg trip.
Before he had a chance to punch his way out, Jacko Victory leg drive, leg tripped him, tag his partner Rip Morgan, who's fresh now, and Rip Morgan's back in on the offensive. Word.
There you see the Renegade Warriors looking on as Gaylord, a clubbing clothesline.
Actually, it was more of a fist to the jawbone is where he caught him.
Morgan with a cover, count of 2, almost 3.
Ooh, I think that was a slow count by the referee. That should have been a 3. That should have been all she wrote.
And now punishing the neck. Rear chin lock. As now Akbar is joined in the taunting.
You know, if Gary Young had half a brain, he'd stop worrying about the California stud, Hollywood John Tatum, and Mr. Akbar, and worry about trying to get his partner to get some more support to his partner so he can make the tag.
Worrying about whether he made his dental insurance payments may be Rick Morgan, as he had his jaw come down right on the top of the head of Jeff Gaylord, who tried to break the hold, but Morgan still with the momentum until he misses with a leg drop.
Wait, here comes the tag. He's going to make the tag.
He's awful close, but will he be able to get it?
He made the tag.
So did Rip Morgan. Freshman in for both people.
Look at Gary Young go. He's just taking on both of the Maulers.
And now the Maulers meeting of the minds, as it's gorgeous Gary Young getting momentum off the rope, delivering the forearm. One more time, and now he's tripped.
Yes.
Tripped by Hollywood John Tatum.
Got a pierce six brawl.
Outside the ring. It's Akbar's team against the...
It's all breaking down. It's a Donnybrook.
All 8 men in the ring.
We got a pierce six brawl. Everybody's going at it. The Renegade Warriors, Jacko Victor, Rip Morgan, Hollywood John Tatum. This place is going nuts, and the fans are going bananas.
Gaylord jumped out over the top by Rugged Rod Price.
But I never liked him anyway. Akbar, put a chair in the ring, Ak.
Akbar coming in with a chair. A dangerous situation as the Maulers and Akbar's team seem to be in control here. I hear the whip. It's Bill Irwin.
What's he doing here?
Wow, Bill Irwin bringing law and order to the ring.
Who's fighting Wild Bill Irwin?
Irwin with a crack of the whip. Clears the ring.
They had a chair. They were going to hit Gary Young to hit him out. And here comes Wild Bill Irwin sticking his nose in anybody's business. It didn't belong. What's he doing out there?
Making sure that law and order is preserved in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Who invited Bill Irwin?
This thing is a bank. If we help people and understand their needs, you know, it's fun to make people loans to buy what they want. There's a lot of responsibility that goes along with it too, that, you know, we make sure it fits their needs and we make sure that they're borrowing the right way for what they need.
Honey, it's Mom. Please let me in. I'm worried.
Learn to see the signs of mental illness. 2 out of 3 people who get help get better. For a free booklet, call the American Mental Health Fund.
Mike McCallum, the WBA middleweight champion, takes on Nicky Walker. Also, Scotty the Bulldog Olson puts his undefeated record on the line on Top Rank Boxing. Thursday night at 9 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Greg Johnson back in the Global Dome with the Renegade Warriors, who next week right here will be involved in an 8-man tag team situation as they team up with a team of gorgeous Gary Young and Jeff Gaylord to take on Akbar's California Connection and the Maulers. The Maulers have given you all some problems. Bet you can't wait till next week.
Well, you know, we heard through the news wire that Rod Price wasn't going to be able to participate in the contest. Well, you know, we're just going to have to switch it around. We'll go 4 against 3, and then we'll finally get them and show the people that the Maulers can't go around doing what they're doing to the guys here and there, and that Tatum and Price can't go around doing it, because we're going to settle it without Price or not. Right, Mark?
It could be a 4-on-3 situation.
That's right. We have them exactly where we want them, Craig. Scandor, bring your men down. Maulers come too, because the Renegade Warriors are on the warpath. So bring everything you have. It's going to be something to see next week. I guarantee you the Renegade Warriors will prevail.
From Little Rock, Arkansas, gorgeous Gary Young!
There you see the gorgeous one from Houston, Texas, and Little Rock, Arkansas, and those are some of the players that he is a volunteer coach for in football.
Great man, Gary Young. A man who is a marksman, as Skandor Akbar has his sights set on Gary Young.
But right now, he's going against Scott Anthony, the Palm Beach heartthrob, as this should be a great match. Young against Anthony, two well-matched competitors.
No question about that, Greg, but is Anthony's mind going to be in this one? With his situation with the handsome stranger, can he focus on someone like Gary Young?
Well, we'll find out soon enough as the music plays for the Palm Beach heartthrob, Scott Anthony.
I'm introducing his opponent for this contest.
Should be here.
At 240 pounds from Palm Beach, Scott Anthony.
Well, here comes the Palm Beach heartthrob.
Well, there's the music and...
but I don't see him.
Where is Scott Anthony?
He usually comes walking right down here by us. I don't understand what's going on.
Introducing his opponent at 240 pounds from Palm Beach, Scott Anthony.
I don't know what to tell you, Craig.
Usually he comes
right
out
here beside where the entrance is.
John Tatum is coming out. What's going on?
Oh, hey, I'm going to tell you, I've had my heart broken. I've been distraught over some women, but I've never seen Scott Anthony broke up over a thing like this. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. He said that he's unable to wrestle, and he's not going to be able to wrestle this match. And he wants me to come out here and tell you all that. He's really broke up over this thing.
Well, obviously, we've got a standby match. Somebody's got to explain this to Gary Young. So
what I'll do, I'll tell you, I'll go down and I'll tell Gary, okay? I'll be back.
Oh, boy.
Well,
That's putting the fox in charge of the hen house there.
Well, let's talk about this Scott Anthony situation. Here is a man apparently so despondent that he can't even make it to the ring. And
the situation with the handsome stranger is playing havoc with the mind of Scott Anthony. No question about it. And
well, now John Tatum going in to explain the situation to gorgeous Gary Young. And he's getting out of the ring.
Oh, watch
out! John Tatum! John Tatum attacking Gary Young from behind.
That smells like a setup right there. John Tatum going to do Gary Young a favor by telling him Scott Anthony couldn't appear. And sucker punched him.
It's true that Anthony can't appear, but here come the Maulers.
The Maulers are hitting the ring.
The Maulers have hit the ring. It is a 3-on-1 situation. And also making their way to ringside, Akbar and Sweet Daddy. It could be 5-on-1. The Maulers have Young held so he can't do anything. Falcone gives the chair in. He picks it up and right down on the knee. They're trying to put Young out the same way they say Young put the California stud out.
Gary Young.
I hear the whip. There are the Renegade Warriors in. There's Jeff Gaylord in. And a little bit of law and order courtesy of Wild Bill Irwin. Things are so confusing here at the Global Dome. First, Scott Anthony not able to make his match because he's so despondent. And now, Gary Young with his knee injured by John Tatum.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. With 6 rich lubricants. For less irritation, you've got the edge.
and Shaft Talk, it's Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Join in and call in Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on ESPN.
The man from the University of Missouri. Big 8 Defensive Player of the Year. Experience in the USFL going against Reno Riggins out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I guess we'll just keep on wondering. Riggins offering a hand of friendship. Apparently he doesn't want to take any chances. But usually when you offer a handshake, you don't put your left hand out. Once again, offering a hand of friendship. Oh, my. Well, it seemed to work for a moment. Riggins a little upset about that as he explains to James Beard. Jeff Gaylord. A hallowed history in high school football back when he went to Shawnee Mission South. Challenging Reno Riggins to drop back and punt. Didn't work. That one could have gone through the uprights. Gaylord, an All-American in high school, holds all the current bench press records in high school, Missouri State high school records. 480 pounds as a senior. Not bad. And you see how he can set such records as he just kind of flicks Reno Riggins off. Now that, I'd have a look of surprise like that if I met a powerful man like Jeff Gaylord, which I have no plans to do anytime in the near future, at least in the ring. Riggins tried to pick the big man up. This is how you do it. Carry him around and slam him down. Riggins tries to call timeout and claims that he had his tights pulled. Neither Jeff Gaylord nor the fans buy that one. Riggins regains his composure, collar and elbow tie-up. Back to the corner. Maybe a handful of hair by the man from Las Vegas. Shoulder to the midsection. Takes him into the corner. Telegraphed the move. May have hurt the knee a little bit as he went up. And the knee meant nothing but the top turnbuckle. Back to the corner they go. Will this be take two? No. Riggins taking no chances there. Okay, so maybe I spoke too soon. And he thinks that he has it all under control until he saw this big tiger arm coming at him. Back in the corner, chop. And now with high velocity, Riggins trying to avoid going over, but still goes over and with enough impact for a count of two. Double underhook suplex. That was the velocity I think Jeff Gaylord wanted to see out of the backdrop, and he got it there with the double underhook suplex. Now the high arcing suplex. Riggins.
What are you doing here?
We've heard of snake eyes, but never trying to take the eye from an opponent by digging one's finger into the socket, and now using the top rope. Riggins with the right. Trying to take advantage of the dazed Jeff Gaylord. Gaylord keeping his wits about him, and Riggins missing with a drop kick, going down hard, and Gaylord now sends Riggins in for the ride and comes over with a clothesline. Gaylord sends him for trip number 2, picks him up, holds him high in the air, brings him down with a gorilla press slam. Now going up top for possibly the Tiger Leap. No, the drop kick off the top rope. Jeff Gaylord hooks the leg, gets a count of 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Jeff Gaylord.
Jeff Gaylord gets the win on this event in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Hey, I know how you feel. Your weight is up, your energy's down, your self-esteem's low, your blood pressure's high. You know what you need? Exercise. But who has the time? You do. Just imagine what a difference you can make in just 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week with Nordic Trek. Nordic Trek. They call it the world's best aerobic exercise. Nordic Trek's patented flywheel provides smooth, non-jarring continuity of motion, so there's no stress to your back or knees. Your total body gets into the action. That's not true with ordinary exercisers. Nordic Trek's total body workout burns more calories. You'll lose weight, reduce stress, and feel better. I'll bet you never imagined fitness at home could be this easy. Now is the time to get rid of that unfit body. Create a new you. Try Nordic Trek for 30 days at home with no risk or obligation. You'll see and feel the difference. Call for a free video and brochure.
Let's find out what's up with Scott Anthony. Bonnie?
Thank you, Scott and Craig. I am here with the Palm Beach heartthrob, Scott Anthony. Scott, I wanted to secure this interview and ask you about missing your matchup earlier on this edition
How
of
do you
Major
expect me to worry about a match? The man humiliated me, the stranger embarrassed me. How can you expect me to even worry about that after what happened, after what he just did to me?
Okay, but, you know, let's talk for just a second about the handsome stranger. This is the guy that you've been berating and talking very ugly about, spreading rumors about here in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Hey, I didn't say nothing bad. I mean, I didn't say nothing to warn what he did to me. He humiliated me, embarrassed me, he brought up out of the past, man. You know how much I cared about that girl, man?
Okay, let's talk for just a second about the girl. This happened a long, long time ago. Why are these emotions kindled
now? It still hurts, Bon. I care for her. I loved her a lot, and he stole her from me. He stole the girl from me. And how could he do that to me? And then he had to bring it up on national TV and embarrass me like that.
But isn't this kind of the same thing that you've done to hundreds of girls many times? You have quite a reputation. Palm Beach heartthrob. Isn't what's good for the goose good for the gander? Isn't turnabout fair play sometimes?
Turnabout fair play? Fair play? You call that fair play what he did to me? The only fair play is my way. He humiliated me. Embarrassed me on TV. Stranger, you're going to pay for that. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what. Shut up, Blackstar. I'll tell you what, next week, I'll tell you what, everybody at home watching, you bring your family, you bring your neighbors, you make everybody watch, because next week, I swear, I vow, stranger, I'm going to make you pay, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to humiliate you, and I'm going to embarrass you for what you did.
Hey, guys, I've got to get out of here.
A strange situation involving the Palm Beach heartthrob, Scott Anthony. We will be taking a further look into that on upcoming editions here in the GWF. For Bonnie Blackstone, Joe Pedicino, and Scott Hudson, I'm Craig Johnson. We'll see you next time.